What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion Edition, Season 1, Episode 2 review. So, on tonight's episode, Fizz is in charge of the girls. He is in charge of that day's activities. So, he has planned like a little obstacle course, little, shit that we used to do back in PE at school. I used to love field day, like a field day event or whatever. That's what I just remember what it was called. But anyway, I used to love field day. I couldn't run for shit. I used to always try to race, but I always lost. I remember I failed racing too. I tried to race on the racetrack with just my socks on, forgetting that racetrack be kind of like sticking to your socks, and I failed in front of everybody, but whatever, y'all don't know my life. Anywho, so Joy goes to wrangle up Trick and his son Jalen and says that she and Trick are no longer together. I mean, we all knew that. She gets Trick up. Oh, good, yeah. Oh, attack of the yards. Lord Jesus, it's 11 o'clock when I'm filming this. Anywho. So she gets Trick up and tell him to get dressed, and this nigga literally gets up and put his clothes on and did not wash his ass, did not brush not now tooth, not a now one of them, and he really didn't brush that stinking ass tongue of his. Ugh. I knew that he was the type of nigga that just get up and throw on some clothes and ain't did shit. He looked like the type of motherfucker that take a bath one day and then keep on the same outfit for like 2 days later and then maybe decide to wash his dick and not even take a full bath. Oh, nasty nigga. So Jalen says that Carly's daughter Jasmine is really cute, and she is. She's a beautiful young lady. So the Scrappy and young Jock go exercise. I mean, I'll say exercise very loosely because I mean it was just obvious that they were just filming a scene around some fucking gym equipment because neither one of them niggas really exercising. So Scrappy says, asked Jock, did he talk to Momma Dee? And Jock was like, yeah, she told me about, you and the band possibly getting a divorce, but I ain't really want to get all off into that. So Scrappy was like, I wrote this down all the way wrong. Something about he don't like the fact, how can you treat a woman like Nefertiti and she can't treat him like King Tut, and if it ain't there, he don't want to force it or whatever. Basically just saying that he gives his all to the BAM. He treats her like a queen, and she's doing not even half of that for him. And I do believe that in relationships it is give and take. You're supposed to spoil each other, be affectionate to each other, be there for each other spiritually, mentally, physically, all of that good stuff. And one cannot be slacking or doing more than the other. It has to be a even, kill, and not even 50-50, because I don't want you giving half a shit. I want you to give 100% of yourself to me and vice versa. But Jock asked him, how long have you and the band been married? He was like 3 years. So Jock was like, she been pregnant the whole time. She hasn't had the opportunity to be a whole wife. And that is 100% true. Like, she been pregnant half of y'all fucking marriage, taking care of 2 babies underneath the age of 4, I think. So not only is she taking care of y'all 2 small babies, she taking care of you, taking care of household, you know what I'm saying, filming the show, trying to get that shimmer goddamn weave launched that I don't know who the fuck buying, but somebody I guess buying, or maybe she still got the same boxes in warehouse because she been trying to sell that damn shimmer weave now for like 6 years. But the little girl seemed like she got a lot going for herself, and it could be very overwhelming for her to take care of 2 small kids and your big ass and your daughter and deal with Momma Dee and her ignorant ass mama. That's a lot to be dealing with. So maybe if you took the kids off of her hands or gave her a day to just, recuperate so she can be able to give you that same type of energy that you're giving towards her. It's just a give and take, and y'all just got to sit down and discuss the shit and learn how to communicate with one another. But I know a lot of people down in the comment section last week were just bringing up the fact that they never really even saw it for the Bam and Scrap, and that she never really seemed like she was that in love with him or whatever. I think that the Bambi is just one of those people that doesn't really show her emotions. I don't think that it has anything to do necessarily with not loving Scrap. I think that she's like maybe a type of personality where she's kind of like very stoic about her emotions and probably only shows her emotions to the people that she honestly cares about. Just like with me, a lot of y'all think that I'm so mean, and I am not mean. I am nice. I swear I am. I'm so nice. And a lot of people my whole life always says that I come across very mean, and I'm like, huh? I'm so not mean. Like, I'm the nicest person you'll ever meet if I allow you to get to know me in that way. But like, I'm just not one of those people that's just like, hey, how you doing? Like, in real life, that's just not me. And I think that the Bam is that type of way also. But I do think that she loves him and cares about him. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Maybe, I mean, I got a lot more to say on the Bam and Scrap and everything in a second. So, Jock says, make this trip about you and your wife. And Scrap was like, I'm going to make this about me and God. And I was like, well, okay. Don't take his advice. So Momma Dee tells Judy that she's thinking about taking the hiatus from drinking again. I hate that old lady. So Judy was looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck is the hiatus? What the fuck? So the people in the confession was like, you mean hiatus? And Momma Dee was like, yeah, that's what I meant. Girl, I can't stand her. So, Momma Dee tells her about what happened with her, Scrap, and the Bam, and how she, spilled the beans about them having marital problems, and she wants them to work it out, and this, and that. So Judy says that while Mandy was away, Yandy didn't really contact her, didn't really call her and ask her to do anything. And I was like, well, it's been shown that you and Yandy have a very contentious relationship, and that y'all don't really get along, and that you get on her fucking nerves. So no, I wouldn't be calling you up asking you, do you want to go to brunch? Do you want to go for a $2 Tuesday? Do you want to go to happy hour? Hell no, you get on my goddamn nerves, old lady. Who want to deal with that? I almost fell out this goddamn chair and killed myself, and I would have beat y'all asses if I would have fucking fell out this goddamn chair on this hard ass concrete floor. It's time for me to go to bed. This review is all over the place, child. So where was I at? So Momma Dee picks up her phone and says she got somebody coming on the trip. And we all knew that it was going to be Erica because Momma Dee messy as fuck. Momma Dee in her confessional says that, Scrap and the Band won't be able to solve their issues until they're ready to heal fully in all areas of their life. So the Fizz in his confessional says that nothing happened between him and April the night before when he took her back to her room. Fizz says that he had to get things right between him and Moniece as far as him and their son are concerned, and that they're in a far better place than what they used to be. Like I said, I just think that April and Fizz started fucking with each other to hurt Omarion. They both had, a target, and it was that nigga, and they wanted to pay him back and hurt him. They weren't never really feeling each other like that. They wanted to hurt that man, and when they saw that it wasn't working as far as in the public eye and how Omarion was paying them dust, the relationship was of no consequence at that point. It was just like, okay, null and void, didn't work. So, Sierra, my girl, is in her confessional, and she's like, today is field day, and I'm super excited because what a lot of people don't know about me is I'm super competitive. So Trick says that he is in the best shape of his life, and I was like, nigga, if you in the best shape of your life, I'm in the best shape of mine, and we both know that fucking ain't true. So Momma Dee in her confessional says Scrappy and the Band pretending like last night didn't happen, but the main objective is to mend broken fixes. Broken fixes, not fences, but fixes. All right, Momma Dee, just please go take a nap. So the Bam asks April why her and Fizz didn't work, and April says that he felt like that he was never good enough for her, even though she felt like he was, and this and that. I mean, based off everything that we've heard Moniece say, Fizz ain't got it like that. He did not got it like that. That nigga was running from the police like 2 years ago on the run. Like, that nigga life is a mess. Real talk. So that's why it always used to crack me up how much he used to judge Monique's when his life ain't no motherfucking better. So they do the potato sack race. Sierra bust her ass because she got all that goddamn silicone in her ass. It was too hard for her to fucking jump. So in her confessional, she was like, I didn't know that hopping in a bag was that fucking hard. So Trick says to Mandy, you and Yandy what me and Joy could have been. And Mandy says, this is the first time that he's been able to travel without an ankle monitor or just being able to travel, period. And Trick give him this motivational speech about how we are the world and we are the children and all this stuff. And then he busts out of nowhere and bring up April and was like, what's up with her? Like, she need a nigga like me in her life. And I'm like, Trick, don't nobody want you. Nobody. You like a burnt piece of bacon. Sit down somewhere. So, April, if you don't know, is with Dr. Dre. That has been all over the blogs. They were seen going out to dinner. If you go on her Instagram page, she been posting Chanel bag after Chanel bag and Chanel shoe after Chanel shoe. Like, we knew that she was fucking somebody because we all know she can't afford all them Chanel bags on her own, child. But yeah, she would beat him down, Dre. It's a reason, honey, that he named them damn earphones Beats by Dre, because he likes the beats bitches' asses. So don't think because you somewhat cute that he won't beat your ass. Ain't no way in hell I date that motherfucker. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. That nigga can punch me all up in my motherfucking forehead. That nigga got $1 billion. I take a hit. I take a hit to the dome. I'm going to hell. They all have a water gun fight, and it looks so much fun. And Sierra in her confessional say, it feels so good that I can run around and have fun without watching my back, because me and Carly done cleared our shit up. It tickles me every time I do this girl voice. So then, in walks Erica motherfucking Dixon. And Erica looks great. She has always been such a beauty to me. Them cheekbones, baby, I would give my left rib to have them motherfucking cheekbones. Her cheekbones are everything. So Momma Dee says that Scrappy won't even speak to Erica, won't even look her way, like he does not acknowledge that woman. And I feel like anytime a motherfucker is that angry at a person and that mad, it's either they have like outright done you wrong, and you just want to, or you still got feelings for that person. It's one of the two. And I feel like it's a combination of both with Scrappy and Erica, and I feel like it's a combination of both on both of their sides. I feel like they are very much like my mom and my dad, where my mom and dad still to this day love each other. And if their personalities could mesh, they would most definitely be with each other. But since their personalities don't mesh, they could never work. And that is how Erica and Scrappy are. They still very much love each other, but they just don't work as a couple. Their personalities don't mix. Too much bad shit has happened for them to ever, start over and start anew. But yeah, I think as far as him and the Bam are concerned, I think that he loves Bambi. Don't get me wrong. I think that he loves the family that he has with her. But I think that a part of him will always belong to Erica and vice versa. So, the Bam in her confessional says, as soon as I see Erica, I know Momma Dee invited her, but I'm on my grown woman shit, as you should be. So the Bam say, Erica, do you mind if I holler at you? So they walk off together. And Bambi was like, I feel like it would kind of be like awkward energy, like when we're in the same place. Sierra in her confessional say, I see her and Bam like meet up with each other, and I'm like, oh shit. So, the Bam say, so I'm coming to you. I feel like after all these years, it should not be that. If you ever feel like I have ever come at you in a foul type of way, I just want to clear whatever situation we have up, because I don't have no issues with you. And so I was like, that was very womanly of her to go. That's not even just womanly. It was mature and the right thing to do. Like, this is all ignorant. This is all stupid. You got 2 new kids. We got 2 new kids. Imani damn near 35 at this point. Why are we all still beefing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So the jock says to Scrap, when has this ever happened? He was like, never in my life, talking about seeing them two have a conversation. So Jock was like, just let them talk it out, just let them be. So Erica was like, it's always kind of been like an elephant in the room. At this point, we're both adults. Let bygones be bygones. That's where I stand. And Bam was like, all right, enjoy your weekend. And they both handled it the way that it was supposed to be handled, because there shouldn't be any animosity. There shouldn't be any beef. Like, everybody should be adult and have moved on with their lives, but we all know the truth. So Momma Dee is happy that they both spoke, but feels that Scrappy sweeps things under the rug when it comes to his marriage and Erica. And based off what I saw on tonight's episode, I would agree. So Sierra and Joy go to the hot tub to talk later on that night. And Sierra in her confessional say, I really don't know how my girl Bambi feel because let me do that over. I really don't know how my girl Bambi feel because Erica is here. Her, Scrappy, and his baby mom, they should work that out. And, I'm just going to kick it with my girl Joy because that's my Gemini twin. And I love her so much. Joy says that she didn't want to mess up the mood and the vibe of the reunion because she and Trick are not officially together. She didn't want it to be weird or awkward or whatever. So Sierra was like, she was saying, I'm sorry. So, Joy was talking about how, it's just weird and awkward because they're not together, but she still loves and cares for his kids because she's been their stepmom all of their life. So Sierra was like, I was married for 8 years and I had a stepson and my stepson loved me. We lost him like a couple of years ago and I feel like I didn't get a chance to build with him as much as before he left. It just makes me so emotional just talking about it. I feel like I should have did more. I should have been more in his life. But it was like I kind of just let him do his own thing because I was like, me and your dad is separated, so I don't want to overstep my boundaries. And it's like the pain I feel is because that shit hurt me. That's all I know. Like, even in your situation, that's your son. You nurtured him. You raised him. Life is short and it's a lot of crazy stuff in the world. You have to let him know every minute on the minute how much you cherish him, how much you love him, how he's an amazing black man, because we family. And the Oscar goes to me, kid. I did that, bitch. So, oh my God, I lost my space because I'm over here dying in myself. So Erica and Momma Dee sit down and talk, and Erica makes it clear that she is only there to mend a co-parent relationship with Scrappy, and says that their issues affect Imani. And I get what she's saying, but at this point, Imani is about to be 16 years old. Well, she's already 16 now. And there's really no reason for y'all communicating unless it's just like something where y'all gotta talk. Other than that, like, what are we talking for? Like, I don't have to deal with you. You don't have to deal with me. But if it's affecting Imani, then they do need to come to some type of resolution. So Erica says, he won't even look at me. He gotta act like he hate me. It has to stop. Bam says to Scrappy, did your mom invite Erica here? And he was like, yeah, man. So Bam was like, you gonna have to have a conversation with her. And Scrappy was like, I'm gonna check my temperature. I'll see how I feel. You could tell he doesn't want to do that though. So Momma Dee says, when you and Scrappy were dating, you had some issues about his faithfulness, and now Bambi has those for whatever reason. And she was so out of pocket for that. So out of pocket. Like, this is like, I think the biggest thing that she has done on this show that has been offensive to me. Like, why would you go and tell his ex that they have issues with about their marital issues, and especially something about Bambi feeling some type of way about him probably cheating on her? You don't do no shit like that. You don't tell nobody no shit like that. They just got on you for even telling Jock and them about how they supposed to be getting a divorce, and then here you go sitting down telling Erica that she feeling some type of way because he might be cheating on her too. Why would you do that? And then you wonder why they don't want to fuck with you. And that Jerry curl you call a wig. Like, she was totally out of pocket, totally wrong for that shit. You don't do that. Like, I would never tell her shit, would never fuck with her after that. Like, bitch, you better be even happy if I will let you even step foot in my house after that. Like, that's so inappropriate. So inappropriate. And I'm happy the way that Erica handled it. I think she only handled it like that for the show, but maybe I'm just a messy, petty ass bitch. But Erica was like, you know what? I really don't even care. Now, in real life, do I think she would have been like, she don't care? Probably not. She probably like, oh, girl, for real. But for the show's sake, I'm happy the way that she handled it. So, everybody is outside that night smoking hookah. Jock's son, who's 19, and Trick's son, who's 19, escort Jasmine, who's 26. I didn't know that little girl was 26. She got that Benjamin Button just like her mama, child. Because she looked like she could have been literally their age, and she makes it clear to her mama that she do not like neither one of them. They are little boys. They are young. Like, no. So Jasmine says that Carly was like a sister to her growing up, and I can very much see that because they act like sisters now. It seems like Carly is trying to make up for lost time and trying to be like this stern mother figure, but like, girl, I'm grown as fuck now. I'm damn near 30. Have several. So, Jock's son says that, you know, he wasn't really there because he was always on tour and things like that. And you could tell that it really has hurt him. And Trick's son, however, says that, you know, him and his daddy are best friends and he could tell his father everything, which was really good. So Joy pulls Jalen to the side and just tells him how she dreamed about him before he even came into her life, and that she's always going to be his mama Joy and that she's always going to love him. And it was a really sweet, cute scene. So Jasmine is talking to Ray J. They low-key flirting or whatever, because you know him and Princess are separated and doing their own thing, and Carly don't like it. She don't want it, child, because she already know what it is. So they go inside together. They inside rapping to each other, talking, and Ray J even say that Carly mad at him because, you know, I guess he stay up in this little girl face and he need to have several, but whatever, you a whole married man. Like, go sit your ass the fuck down, Raymond, or Willie Ray, or whatever the fuck your name is. So Carly go inside to get her, and I was like, this is the smartest thing you have done in the whole 13, 14 years you've been on this show. So Momma Dee and Erica join the group, and Erica asks Scrap, can they talk? They go off to the side. She sit down and he stand up, and she was like, you don't want to sit? And he was like, nah, because I'm not trying to do this right now. I ain't trying to do this or whatever. So in his confessional, Scrap get mad because the producers keep on asking him questions about Erica. He was like, y'all been asking me more questions about her than my own wife. I'm not about to do this. Like, no. And when in that regard, I understand that, because it's going to end up looking like I still give a fuck about her. Why is he talking about her? Like, he already know how the game goes. No, I'm not about to play into it. No, ma'am, no Pam. So him and Erica separate. She goes one way, he goes the other way. Scrap in his confessional says, find whoever that girl is with and ask him about her. And I was like, hey, the fuck man. So Erica says if they can't get it right after this, she's done. She'll just let it ride out until, you know, Imani is 18. So then at the end of the episode, they play some audio that we can't understand of the Bam and Scrappy, I guess, arguing, but we didn't know what the hell was being said. Hopefully they be able to figure this out and work it out, you know, for their baby's sake. Not even just for the baby's sake, for their sakes. Because I don't like when people stay in relationship just for the kids. But hopefully they be able to figure this whole thing out and come, you know, together and fall in love with each other and really put in the work. They went on vacation with each other literally about a week ago, a family vacation with Imani and Momma Dee and the kids. So it seems like they're trying at least, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was my review of Family Reunion, Love and Hip Hop, whatever it's called, child. Overall, I give tonight's episode a B+. It was cute for what it was. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comments section. Make sure you guys follow my fashion Instagram page, fashion_killer81. The information is down below in the description box. I posted a picture on my community page, so make sure you check it out. And if you would like to purchase a Dream 2 book box, the link is down below. And make sure you check out my Amazon storefront. I love you guys. See you on the next review. Bye.